Welcome, viewers, to our second podcast today. We are going to talk about beyond donations or why small nonprofit must embrace social enterprise. And today on our show, we have our guest, Mr. George. He is going to take us through several questions. We will start, but for to begin, Mr. George, please introduce yourself.
Thank you so much, Mr. Joseph, for welcoming me in this podcast. My name is Uda George Onyango from Safe Environment Hub. I'm the team lead there.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm really passionate about the non-profit space, and I've seen that there are some challenges that are there, but we can discuss them and see how the social enterprise part of it can. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Before you take us through what we are going to talk about today, would you please tell us a little bit about SEHUB?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, Safe Environment Hub is a community-based organization in the first place. Community-based in the sense that we engage the local communities around where we are based. We are based in Kasarani, and also we have another site in Ruai. That's where we operate. Essentially, our main operating points are in the environment space and also in the food security. We also do advocacy as well. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's good. So to begin now, you begin to give us a broad perspective of why is it important or interesting for non-profits and CBOs to rethink their traditional way of, funding model.
The community-based organization basically they rely on donations, well wishers, you see, and they also serve the community. So it means that if you fully rely on the donations and also well wishers contributions, somehow it's not sustainable because currently, as we have seen, there is a lot of challenges in terms of people donating funds. You remember there was Corona, and also there are also some tight economical times that we have currently that make it so hard for people to have that extra cash to give in terms of donation.
Yeah.
And even from other organizations, let's say those who are philanthropists from other countries, they have also they have like reward their way of funding. Like you remember there was that era of the USAID.
Yes.
When it went, that's the beginning of this year, so many organizations were affected, especially the young ones in the grassroots.
Yeah.
So that one meant that organization, for them to thrive, they have to rethink the ways that they get money. And it's through the social enterprise that there is that aspect of them generating the funds that they can use and also impacting the community.
Okay. Yeah. So for our viewers to get to understand what we are really talking about in terms of social enterprising, and can you please break it down for us or for the viewer to understand the enterprise for non-profits, what does actually the social enterprise mean?
All right. So just from simple words, social enterprise is that aspect of let's give it from the perspective of a community-based organization the way we are.
Yes.
It's a community-based organization, meaning we derive our operation from the community. We engage the community from the grassroots. So the social aspect comes in when we now engage the community. Now the enterprise part of it means that we try to get value from the community while we impact them. So now the social enterprise, when you like give it like a general definition, is that it's an enterprise that has got social impact. At the same time, it has got some commercial impact. Where, for example, you can have an activity that engages the community, empowers them. At the same time, you get something from that in terms of commercial value, in terms of money. Yeah. So you impact the community. At the same time, there is also the aspect of money coming out. It's more of income generating.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. How is this different from commercial sense of it? Like, are you saying that social enterprising has two aspects? The one is social impact, that is a charity part of it, and at the same time, getting you are getting some profit from it, or is it different from
Of the
a
commercial.
business,
All right.
enterprise?
Yeah. So, it's different from the commercial model, because the commercial model is basically on the profit part. It's a business that basically they aim at the end of the day, what has this activity brought in terms of money? But from the social enterprise, of course, we shall look into the money aspect. But in this case, there is also the impact side of it, which is what the non-governmental organization are looking into. So the difference is there is the social part where you impact the community that you're working with, and then there is also the commercial part, which brings in some income generating activities. It has got some income generating activities that brings some funds from the impact that you are also giving the community.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's wonderful. So there is there is this part that Sehab has been growing and leaning so much on the social enterprising aspect. Why do you choose this direction?
Nice. So essentially, Sehab, when we started, we were purely non-profit. But now there is always some things that happen along the way that drives you to change the way of operating. In our case, it's COVID. The 2020 to 2022, the COVID came, of course, and then the philanthropic world had some changes in terms of how they were doing their the funding of organizations. Of course, we started in 2020, and then later on, there's the stop work order from the US government, where the USAID was somehow disbanded.
Yes.
And like 85% of the activities from USAID were stopped. And basically, many organizations across the globe were affected. Many in Kenya were affected. Operations in Kenya, in the NGO world in Kenya, was really much affected. In our case in point, when that order came, we were part of a program from the Young African Leaders Initiative that was also part of the USAID. And when that order came, the funds that they were supposed to be giving us was stopped. And that meant activities were stopped. Everything was stalled. So it means that we were running a project, but it stalled before it ended. In Makio, it was a labor-intensive project that required funds to be flowing each and every time. So when it stopped, it meant that there's no way that it will continue. So we had to think on how to come up with something that help us to drive the social impact that we are pushing in the community, minus solely relying on the donation from other organizations. So that really informed the way that we thought of finding other ways of getting funds for the organization. Yes.
Wow. Looks good. So, like you said, we want to look at the sustainability part, the long term, and that's why you chose to go the direction of social pricing.
Yes.
And someone would ask, or there are so many people, young people, women, and those that are just coming together to start things like CBOs and non-profit organizations, but they don't have the skills, maybe the
resources,
expertise, the resources and the direction to go there. What would you say, or what advice that they take?
Yeah, so I'll just give my answer from our experience at Safe Environment Hub.
Yes.
Our approach is engaging the community.
Yeah.
In the community, there are endless resources that you can find. You can find skills, you can find specific knowledge that you require, you can find even those donations, you can find even experts in the community. And it depends on how you approach them. That's how now you will now capitalize on that community. So the first approach is to engage the community. Make sure that whatever that you are doing is, first of all, accepted by the community that you are engaging.
Just a little.
Yes.
So you are saying that with the CBOs and social enterprising together, that every resource is within the community.
It's always there. Most of the time, it's always there. Most of the time.
Okay.
Maybe the financial aspect of it might not be there because maybe the community that you are serving, they are not well to do in terms of financial matters. But when it comes to knowledge, of course, there are learned individuals in that community. It's only that they don't have the chance. I mean, they don't have the place where they can now actualize their skills.
Yeah.
So within that community, there are a range of skills, both low and high. And also, the community does not just extend, it's not static at that point, it can extend. So for example, in our case, we operate in Kasarani ward and also Ruai ward, but within the Kasarani sub-county, there are people. So if we need a skill that is not within our range, of course, we can extend to other places. Yeah. So it means it's still within the community, but an extended part of the community.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's move on to our next part, where now we talk about the barriers to these small CBOs that are coming up today. And many CBOs feel social enterprises are too complex. For bigger organizations. What are the common fears and barriers the organizations in this space?
There are several barriers. Some people. It depends on how. I mean, the mission that you want the organization to achieve. The mission and the vision for the organization that you want it to achieve in the long run. For example, if your mission is to conserve the environment, of course, there are challenges in that line. If your mission is just, let's say, focusing on the girl child or maybe a certain aspect of the social environment, then there are several challenges there. Now, one of the main challenges that CBOs and other similar organizations face is the financing part, because it's an entity that requires, it's more of an engine, it's more of a vehicle, it's a vehicle actually. In that vehicle there are drivers, of course there is the main engine there, there is the tout there, and also there are even the passengers. And in that vehicle, of course, things have to move, there have to be coordination. So, and in that vehicle, if there is no money, it won't run. And maybe if you force it to run, for example, you like strain the members in terms of contributing the little they have for it to run, at some point it won't work because there is exhaustion in terms of the funds that you are providing. Because most of the time, the people that you're working with are the locals. And the locals that you're working, there are some, they have engagements, but they spare some little time to help with the organization. So you might find that the little that they are providing in terms of time and other resources might not be enough. See? So in that case, there is strain when it comes to resources, and that's the main challenge. Another challenge is acceptance of the organization to the local community. There are some communities that are let's say, hostile to a small organization, depending on the approach. For example, in our case, we are doing waste management as well, where we engage other organizations to look to pick waste from homes and even from the market to bring for us to process in the BSF project. But for example, if we go and face those people, like we want to like get the waste from those sources on our own, we are likely to face hostility because some other organizations are there. They have been there for quite some time, and if you go there, it's like a competition. So there is that competition of the little resources there. So that is another challenge there.
Okay.
Yeah. So there's several, depending on the approach that given organization is implementing.
Remaining on that part of hostility from the community. From my own perspective. The CBOs and these community-based organizations, majority of them, in my sense, I think they normally operate in a way where they are very localized, very well localized, and that means every member of the community at least has a knowledge of what that organization is all about. Yeah. So based on that, to me, it looks like is it in order maybe to say a community of a certain section can become hostile to a community-based organization, maybe members. Is it, or is it something that frequently occurs or are rare?
Yeah, there are several dynamics when it comes to running a community-based organization, especially when now you go to the social enterprise.
Yeah.
The dynamics are there are differences in terms of people's personalities, especially in the lower level of the community where the CBOs operate. People are struggling.
Yeah.
And for example, if an organization is there and let's say it has established a social enterprise, for example, let's say there is that aspect of coming up with briquette making.
Yes.
And there is another person, just a local person somewhere, they are selling their makali charcoal.
Yes.
So there is a competition there. You are making briquettes here. That is somehow being the uptake is high because of how you sell it. And then there is that other person who has been selling their charcoal there for several years. And then you brought your CBO income activity there to compete with it.
Yeah.
So there is that conflict of interest. So there will be conflict. There will be hostility portrayed by that particular person. So it will depend on how you engage that person. Maybe you can absorb them to be part of it, or if you don't, then there will be hostility. They will tend to like repel you because you are bringing unhealthy competition to them.
Okay. So we move on. We are moving very well. So let's get some bit of the practicability of this. That what are types of the social enterprise that make sense for small nonprofits? They make sense for small nonprofits in the community groups. Yeah, some of the types of the social enterprise. What are some of them that make sense for some of the CBOs and small community groups?
Yeah, there are several because the community I can say it's a complete ecosystem. So in this ecosystem, there are several things. There are several things that the CBO can do. For example, there's that aspect of making briquettes from waste, organic waste, the dried ones. Let's say these are my main one. They can be used to make briquettes, the charcoal that they can be used to make briquettes. And also another one, there is also the beads making, where you can train the locals to make beads and then the organization helps them to do selling. Then there is also the BSF that us Sarah are doing. Currently, we are doing the Black Fly farming. This is a social enterprise that engages the community. So that's another one. There is also tree planting, nursery beds. So the organization can initiate this process where the community engage in cultivating nurseries for seedlings to be sold to other places. Or at the same time, you'll be like making money at the same time impacting people through the environmental initiative. So there are several depending on how you approach it.
Okay.
Yes.
So let's get back to what you do. Or you say you engage community through
the Black Soldier Fly.
Black Soldier Fly.
That's just one of the initiatives that we do.
Yeah. How does it engage? How do you engage the community?
Great. So this project is an initiative. That's a green initiative where it uses organic waste from the environment, from homes and also from the markets. And these wastes are subjected to a fly called black soldier fly, which acts on them at larvae stage to come up with protein-rich larvae.
So it decomposes.
It decomposes while it eats, and then it stores the protein in them. In this case, we are coming up with like 5 products. I mean, mainly 4 products. We have the first, which is now the organic manure. We also have the protein larvae, which is now feeds for fish, pigs, and also poultry. Yeah. And then at the same time, we also have okay, we have folia. This folia is a liquid fertilizer that we develop from this. So at the same time, we get the waste from the community, from their homes. We engage the community, collect it, and then bring to us as we give them something little, and then we process those waste to come up with these products. And also at the same time, we have trainings. Those trainings we charge a little fee at least to bring some income to help run part of the organization.
Okay.
Yes.
Wow. So the community is giving you back the the lava.
Not the lava really,
Okay.
but the community is giving us the waste
The waste.
from the markets and also from their homes.
Okay.
Yeah,
so
so-
you buy that.
Yeah, we buy those one at a
Yeah.
small few cost.
Okay.
Mm.
So you in terms of maybe
Mm.
measuring the size and then you give something based on that or
Yes. When they do the collection, of course, we bring to our side. We weigh, and then get the amount, and then we have maybe standard fee around
Yeah.
per kg per given type of waste that they bring, because they are market waste and also they are household waste. So when they bring a certain amount, we give them a certain amount of money based on the weight that they have brought us. At the same time, we empower them through training. The BSF value chain is big.
Okay.
In our case, we have focused on the training around it, on the products around it as well.
Okay.
So there is a lot to the community and also what the organization gets.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. And now we let me shift a little bit about the settings. We have different settings. And you would argue that most of these CBOs or these organizations work best in certain environments, like for instance, in big town cities and so forth. How is it? How can it work? Is it workable in both settings, like the rural setup and the urban setup?
It's very workable because when you want that particular project to pick up, the community around it has to accept it. That's one thing, because if they don't accept the project or the initiative that you are trying to bring to them, it won't work.
Yeah.
They will repair it by all costs.
Yeah.
So what you have to do first is to, let's say, conduct a sensitization session where you bring the community together and then tell them what the project is, how it will benefit them.
Yes.
Especially to them, not to the organization per se,
Yeah.
but to them. Once they get the bigger picture that this particular project will help us, it's very possible that they take it in. And at the same time, make sure that there are some people from the community that are part of it. So they own it from inside out. So it's so hard for them to to be hostile to their people who are inside the project. So it can work both in the rural at the same time in the city, as long as the community around it accept the project as one as their own.
Okay. Okay. And also, just to finalize on that part, for instance, in an urban setup, you don't have so many people maybe engaged in certain, these waste products. Like how do you benefit the households? Let me start from the households. People who aren't in any activity, maybe they're working on mines away, and maybe they're wherever they are working, they are most of the waste products they down there, then they come up in that community where they are living. What kind of waste products are you looking at?
Okay. The organization, of course, through in this project, yeah, we engage with those people, not directly per se, is through their waste, especially for the project, which is the Plastic Fly project, which is also social enterprise. Yeah, each and every day they produce waste, and this waste is in form of both inorganic and organic part of it. But in our case, we focus on the organic part. The inorganic part, there are other organizations that focus on, where the plastic they take for recycling. But in our case, we look into the organic part, the food waste in the house, the market works that they have there, they are collected and then they are being brought for us to process them, the projects in the social enterprise.
Okay. Okay. So we move. We are moving very well. We move on. Um, the social impact. Now we look at the social impact and why it is worth it. We look at that. Do you think that at the heart of all this impact, how does social enterprise strengthen the mission uh, of a small non-profit instead of distracting it from it?
Okay. Yeah. For the mission, of course, is to like impact the community. And by impacting the community, there are several ways of impacting the community.
Yeah.
Our case on point, the Black Fly project that we have, the impact comes in when we do the training. We impact them through the training along the value chain of the BSF. In this project, also there are some subsidiary projects. We have like smart urban gardening where they train on how to produce crops in small spaces. So this is another impact of the training them. They can start their own, and then they can now do harvest. I mean, they can grow and harvest agricultural products from that. And also we have poultry, which is also part of this the BSF value chain. From the value chain, from the BSF, we have a protein-rich larvae, which is used to feed the poultry, the chicken. So in that, uh, for those for the community members who have been trained in this value chain, it's possible for them to also start theirs and get rich content for their feeds for their poultry. So there is a lot of impact, both in terms of training and also hands-on knowledge.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that's great knowledge. So today we've looked at this, and maybe there's someone out there who's a leader of a CDO, someone who want to enter this space and want some guidance, advice. What would you tell this people? Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, I can say it's a good thing if you want to start. It's a good thing, but now they have to have that in mind that there are challenges around it, especially when it comes to finances, especially during this time that funding is of a big challenge. So what they have to do is a shift of the mindset. It's not a place that will go and have that constant income, especially when you're starting. Of course, when you grow, there will be that aspect of you being employed. But at some point, of course, there are challenges up and down. I just encourage them to start, but now be strategic. Be strategic in the sense that you partner with other organizations. You seek organization with, you seek partnership with established organization that they know the rules of the game. They can hold your hands. They can train you. You see. So with that, when you have that strategic partnership, also be very careful because some might take advantage of you as an individual or as a team that you are leading. For example, they can be engaging you in activities that should be reimbursed, and yet you do them free of charge. So you be strategic when you are engaging in partnership. I just encourage you to start, but be very strategic. Have that mind shift, and also you have to do the social enterprise way because that's what is working currently. Yeah. If you just rely on donation, it might not work. Maybe it might work at the beginning when you have some funds to run a particular project. But this project have got timeline. When it dries up, what else? But if you make it to be a social enterprise, at some point you'll be having the income from that project that will help you to run the organization.
Very true.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Mr. George, for your great insights. We have really gained a lot. And to our viewers, thank you so much for joining us to this podcast. We have learned that sustainability is not just about environment, but it's also about resilience to the businesses and non-profit businesses that we are starting, so that we give it, they give it something back to us for sustainability and autonomy. Thank you so much, and you are welcome again.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Yeah.